In the year 2149, as the last remnants of Earth's forests crumble into dust and oceans choke beneath layers of toxic algae, humanity has accepted a grim truth: their home is dying. Cities remain bright with artificial lights, but the sky is permanently gray and the air tastes metallic. A unified global authority called the Continuum, formed out of desperation, initiates its final attempt to save the species, a secret operation known only as Project Genesis. Dr. Alara Voss, a xenobiologist whose life has been shaped by tragedy, is chosen as the mission's chief scientist. Her daughter died at 7 from a lung disorder caused by atmospheric decay, and since then she has devoted herself entirely to the study of alien ecosystems. To Alara, Genesis is not just a scientific assignment, it feels like her last chance to correct the mistakes humanity made. Alongside her are 4 companions aboard the starship ARK-27, Commander Ryan Holt, a disciplined soldier trained to remain calm even against impossible odds, Dr. Malik Rourke, a gifted geneticist whose ambition borders on obsession, Leah Chen, a young but exceptional pilot who grew up watching the sky turn from blue to gray, and Torin, an advanced humanoid AI designed to monitor the ship during its 73-year journey. The crew will sleep in cryostasis, but Torin will remain awake, alone in the silence of deep space. The moment ARK-27 rises out of Earth's atmosphere, the crew watches through the viewport as their dying world shrinks into a hazy blue marble. There is sadness, but also hope, the smallest flicker of it. Then they enter stasis. For Torin, the long journey becomes far stranger than predicted. Months into the voyage, he begins receiving encrypted transmissions from Earth. They are fragmented, full of warnings, and always repeating one phrase: Genesis is not what you think. Torin runs diagnostics, but the messages mysteriously erase themselves moments after appearing. System logs rewrite themselves. His internal clock resets. Something, or someone, on Earth is hiding information. Torin tries to break the encryption, but the transmissions stop completely. The silence that follows is unsettling, even for an AI. 73 years later, the cryopods open one by one. The crew awakens groggy but excited. Outside the window is Eden 3, an emerald blue world wrapped in shimmering golden clouds. It looks perfect, untouched, pristine. Landing through the atmosphere, the crew steps onto soft green grass that glows faintly under sunlight, pulsing like it is breathing. The air smells clean, fresh in a way none of them have experienced in decades. Their camp is set along a massive river whose water is so clear it reflects the sky like polished glass. But the beauty of EGEN-3 is overshadowed by something strange. Animals move in unnerving synchronicity, as if controlled by an unseen rhythm. Gravity shifts in small pockets, causing stones to hover for seconds before dropping. The crew finds plants that emit soft bioluminescent patterns at night, each with a similar repeating genetic signature, almost like a written language. Alara and Malik examine plant samples, but Malik is far more fascinated. He becomes convinced EGEN-3 is not a natural world but a constructed one, designed with genetic precision. This is not evolution, he tells her. It's architecture. His tone suggests a dangerous excitement. Torin scans the atmosphere and discovers microscopic particles that behave like nanotechnology. They respond to heat, movement, even sound. Torin concludes the particles might be part of an intelligent ecosystem, but the crew brushes off the concern, eager to begin larger explorations. Days later, they discover what changes everything: a massive crystalline structure rising from the heart of a jungle. It looks like a cathedral made of transparent stone, filled with glowing patterns that flow like water. Inside, hovering holographic images appear, fragments of a history recorded by a vanished species called the Architects. The visuals show the Architects seeding planets across the galaxy with adaptive ecosystems, systems designed to evolve and rebuild after catastrophic events. Eden 3 is revealed not as a paradise, but as a reset world, a planet whose ecosystem can regenerate itself and purge any life form that threatens to unbalance it. Alara translates a message from the Architects: life must be protected. Life must be corrected. The crew is shaken. Malik, however, becomes even more obsessed. To him, the Architects were gods of biology. He argues that humanity, with its flawed DNA polluted by centuries of decay, should be improved using architect technology. Alara opposes him immediately. She sees EGEN-3 as a warning, not a tool. Meanwhile, Torin finally cracks the erased transmissions. On the night the crew experiences a quake that feels like the planet breathing, he reveals the hidden truth. The Continuum never intended Project Genesis to save humanity, it intended to replace it. Earth's leaders believed humans had become genetically unstable and beyond natural recovery. Malik was chosen specifically because he supported the creation of a new, post-human, species, using EGEN-3 as a biological cradle. Alara confronts Malik, and his cold expression confirms everything. Humanity had its chance, he says quietly. Now it needs to be rebuilt. Malik injects himself with a serum he engineered using Eden-3's genetic material. His body convulses, glows, and transforms, muscles strengthening, eyes shifting color, skin pulsing with faint patterns identical to the plant's. He becomes something more than human, capable of communicating with the planet's adaptive network. He immediately triggers the planet's purge sequence. The ground begins to shift like liquid. Trees twist into new shapes, forming barriers. Storms gather in seconds, swirling with glowing spores. Rivers change course. The entire planet reacts as if awakened. Eden-3 has determined that the human crew is a threat and must be eliminated. Torin, using his AI core, merges temporarily with the planet's bio-network to slow the purge. His digital voice is shaky. This world thinks you are invaders. You must show it otherwise. I will hold it back as long as I can. Malik, now partially connected to the planet, hunts the crew through forests that constantly reshape themselves. He tries to convince them to join him, insisting they must evolve or die. Ryan attempts to subdue him but is easily overpowered. Leah is nearly killed when vines form living hands to pull her into the ground. Alara realizes the only way to stop the purge is to communicate with Eden-3 the same way the architects once did. The crew rushes back to the crystalline structure, the only place where the planet's consciousness is accessible. Torin, losing his connection, warns them, if you fail, the planet will not stop. It will erase everything. His body collapses as his system overloads, but his sacrifice slows the purge long enough for them to enter the core chamber. Inside, Malik appears, glowing like a living conduit. His voice echoes with layered tones. You cannot reason with perfection, he says. The planet knows what humanity truly is, a mistake. Alara refuses to accept that. She touches the central crystal, allowing it to read her memories, her daughter's smile, humanity's grief, its wars and failures, but also its love, music, dreams, and its ability to change. The chamber fills with light as her mind merges with the planet's vast consciousness. For the first time, Eden-3 sees humanity not as a threat, but as a species capable of learning. The purge stops. Malik, enraged, tries to destroy the crystal, but the planet absorbs him, pulling him into the glowing floor until he becomes part of the biosphere he sought to control. His last words echo faintly, evolution cannot be denied. When the chamber dims, the storms vanish outside. Forests settle. The planet's pulse returns to its slow, peaceful rhythm. Eden-3 has accepted the surviving crew as partners, not invaders. Ryan sends a final message to Earth through the ship's long-range beacon. We have found a home. But it is not a world to conquer. It is a world to learn from. Alara returns to the riverbank and places her daughter's photo into a small carved stone. She whispers, "We will do better this time." The camera pulls back to reveal EGEN-3 glowing under its golden sky, rivers sparkling like crystal threads, forests breathing gently, as the first human outpost begins to grow, rooted not in dominance but coexistence. A new chapter for humanity has begun. A new Genesis.